Debra Baldwin, and I'm with Janet Orr, a ceramicist and a realtor in the Paradise Valley area of Phoenix. She has the most colorful, delightful, beautifully designed garden with great tips and a nice surprise. I think you're going to be surprised by her 21 pets. I'm just going to take you with me and show you one cool thing right after another, and you're going to meet a really delightful resident of Arizona. It's a great garden when no matter where I point my camera, the rectangle of the camera shows something really beautiful. It's like framed. It's like a work of art. It makes sense, right? Yeah. Because you're an artist and you have that eye. You do that inside your house too, framing the garden through the windows of your house. You are a ceramic artist. Yes. And your garden is a repository sometimes for prototypes and also things that you've decided would look really good in a certain location.
Right. The necklace I started making after a visit to Lotus Land in California. I saw very large shells and I got an idea driving down the street one day. Wouldn't it be interesting to see what a large pearl would look like out of ceramics? And then I made some, and then I thought, now I wonder if I could make a necklace out of them.
Wonderful totem pole cacti.
I love them. They are my favorite, and I started with one, and I just kept planting them, and over about 35 years, you can see they're all over the yard. I had a sculpture that fell apart, and the part that fell off was one of these like stands here. It had 5 little arms that went up. So I thought, well, I'm not going to put it back together again. I'm just going to stick this in the ground. And after I did, I thought, I wonder if I could decorate it. So then I made balls for it. And then I had my metal guy make me a whole bunch of them.
You got just regular concrete block wall there.
Right.
But what courage it takes to paint it chocolate brown. It was just gray concrete.
Right.
You would never get that effect.
No. Just decoration for the garden. I wanted color and I wanted something substantial. So I wanted to draw your eye to it.
Well, it does that.
Yeah.
And you have them here and there. I mean, it's sort of like they're indigenous to the garden.
I have about 20 desert tortoises. Most of them are little young ones, and they've been born here. And they live here. They've been in this yard for the older ones more than 25 years. They are native to the area, the Sonoran desert tortoise, and not an endangered species. And so a lot of people have them, but you can't sell them on the market or anything like that. They're just,
this one is so friendly. Look,
yeah.
And they're reptiles, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded. So they hibernate in the wintertime. They start to hibernate probably in November, and then they wake up in March.
Oh, thud.
He did fall, yeah.
Thud. Oh, and are you going to go back in your shell now because that was traumatic?
No, he's going to try to run away. He's going to hide. He's looking for a place to go. Here's another one over here. See, he lives under there. So Timothy, it's a form of alfalfa. It's a little more nutritious than regular alfalfa. So they eat this. I provide water for them about once a week. She's almost an adult, so I'm going to guess she's probably about 20 years old.
How old do they get?
80, 90.
People must have to find someone to leave their tortoises to.
Yes. I haven't seen him before. On his back, I just saved his life because he would have died. He hatched in here. He's new. Make that 21.
And you're not a mammal, so you're not looking for your mom.
No. They eat the same thing that the parrots do. They can go without eating for a very long time if they have to. But I'm going to go get him some fresh lettuce in a few minutes.
I would think so.
Yeah,
as a birthday
present. A lot
present.
of water. Yeah, he wants water.
And I suppose everybody's going to wonder if you name them.
I started. The first one was Tank, then there was Helmet. I got them confused. And I bought one sculpture from a garden many years ago, and I had my metal guy make me 20 of them.
So here are your view windows that frame the garden. So
I stand inside from every window and look out and decide the balance and the color, and yes, the design.
You collect other artists.
Yes, many. I'm an art collector.
Okay.
That's my favorite necklace. It's lapis.
Seriously?
Well, blue.
Okay, it's the color. That's the color.
Yeah. I call it lapis.
You do not have a gardener.
Nope. Tending my garden is a labor of love for me. So it's such a peaceful area. I come out here every day, whether it's hot or cold, and I work for a while in the garden. So maybe I'm raking or pruning something, or moving something from one location to another. But I have real joy in working in this yard. If something doesn't frame well in the way I'm looking at it, then I make a little change.
And you probably think, well, maybe that corner needs a sculpture.
Exactly.
Yours are still dormant.
No, they're not dormant, actually. They've just lost their leaves.
They're Mexico, right?
Yeah, Baja.
They're so beautiful. They're backlit. Did you do that on purpose?
I did, and they're lit up at night too. They're just beautiful.
And your mosaic walls?
Yes.
Do you break a lot of stuff? These mosaics.
Oh, no. So these are old pieces, old little sculptures and stuff that I got at Goodwill stores. And then I broke them up, and I repeated the design on this pool wall to match the round concrete inside.
I love repetitions of circles, especially when you keep discovering them.
Yeah.
And then things like a saguaro
Yes.
will throw in its own circles.
Right. And the house is very straight.
It is.
And contemporary. So that's totally different.
Because you've got a linear,
Right.
contemporary style house.
Right.
And then you segue into a more organic outdoor living area, more rounded shapes. The straight line is all about architecture and a human's influence on the environment, and
Soften it up a little.
yeah, and then you soften it. Did you make this one too?
Yeah. I broke them up.
Also very organic.
Right.
Who's buried here?
The helping hands. Those are actually, they are glove molds all over the yard. They're helping hands when I have them hanging on the wall, and I put rakes and stuff between them.
Right. So talk about incorporating art in a garden and being careful to pick the right pieces and not overdo it.
Oh, God. I'm never sure I haven't overdone it. I've also been a realtor for 40-something years, have my own company. And a house that I sold about 30 years ago had this was just a flat grill in front of the house. And the new buyer was going to raise the house, and he was going to throw that away. So I asked if I could have it. I took it to my metal guy, and I said, make me a cube. And then I took it to the powder coating guy, and it's been different colors. Now it's blue.
Oh my gosh, I need a metal guy.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite succulents and desert adapted?
Well, the favorite is easy, the golden barrels. I have more than 300
Yes.
of them.
And they repeat, and they're gorgeous backlit.
Yeah. Color and the round, and then I like them when they start mutating and they've got extra on them. And
They offset. You've got a lot of aloes, which I wouldn't really expect to do well here.
I think they get enough shade from the trees. And you probably also notice that there's a lot of gray in the garden. So a lot of the plants have a gray tone to them. So I like that gray to white tone. It's a place to rest your eyes as you're going through all the color, and it's neutral.
Yeah, and the Dusty Miller, that also rests the eye with its texture.
Yeah. Do you see one that, how does this one look? Or this one? Here we go. There, you already have a root. But you have to wait about 7 days before you plant them. This has to be hard. It'll get a little hard crust, but you already started air root.
What a great souvenir. Thank you. Find additional information in the video description and on the corresponding page of my website, which includes helpful links and plants ID'd. I hope you found this video helpful and entertaining. My goal is to inspire you to enjoy using succulents in fun and creative ways in your own garden and outdoor living spaces. Please know I appreciate your comments, and do subscribe and hit the like button. I'm Debra Lee Baldwin. Thank you for joining me.